Good morning. Good morning. Uh, I just want to show you how you do how you receive things into stock. Okay, so the main way is to receive them via purchasing. So as part of your purchasing cycle, what you do, you go to suppliers and purchases right there, and then you will see your list of suppliers once you've created them. But I guess if you haven't created any suppliers, you won't see anything on the list. So what we're going to do is to go to the third menu item on the left, on the right, that says goods received note. So when you click on that goods received note, it brings out this form. On this form, where it says number, uh, you're gonna click the down arrow, and then this shows you the list of GRNs that have not been updated or posted in the system that are still in draft, but it also shows you a space to put a new one. So we're going to select new there. So when you select new, it will give you a new GRN number. And then under suppliers, you can select, doing the drop down arrow, you can select the one that you want to do. Or if you have no suppliers yet, you can click where it says new supplier, and under new supplier you have the option to select and put in the new supplier details. So for example, the name of the supplier here, maybe I'm going to say okay, Mart, for example. And then you can put in the rest of the details there. If you've got a contact name there for there, you've got other things that you need to enter. But otherwise, if you just click OK, it will create that supplier. Then you can now select them here by just typing OK. You can see it comes out on the list, and then I select it. Okay, and then on your invoice that you got from your supplier, it should have an invoice number or a document number. That is what you put in here. So you would put in the invoice number that you got from the supplier, and you get this from the actual document that the supplier gave you. Okay, and then you'd put it there, and then on this portion where it says USD, you can change the currency. If your invoice is in USD, you select USD. If it's in ZWL, you would select ZWL. So you can just change there. So let's say it's a USD invoice, okay? And then of course invoice number and date, you'd select there if you need to change them, okay? And then the rate, obviously you'd put the rate there that you are using for this goods received note. So for example, if the rate is 850 that you were charged by the supplier, okay, so this is just for accounting purposes, so that on the if it's in USD, on the ZWL side, it use the rate of 850 for the conversion. Okay, so the next thing, once you've entered the top part of that GRN, the next thing you can see right here inside the space, it says click here in this space to add products. Okay, so if I click anyway in this space, it will give me a line to actually enter my stuff. So I can start entering. I can even just search and say, for example, teas, and then it will give me the list of all the teas. Maybe I want this one, so, and then I select it, okay, from the list. So I'll be looking at my invoice that I got from the supplier, and then I look at what quantity, how many did I actually receive. Maybe I ordered 300 of these, so I can actually put in the quantity to say 300, okay. And then if there is a VAT that was charged by the supplier, put it in there. And then what is important is to put in the line total. The line total at the end of that line, you will find that there is a total price that you would see there for that line. So that line total, so perhaps maybe for this one it's maybe let's say 658.67. Okay, that's my line total, and then I click enter. What you notice is that after you've put in your amount there, it's going to calculate backwards and give you the unit price. So you don't have to put in the unit cost price. You just put in the line total and the quantity, and then it will calculate backwards and give you the unit price. And then on your keyboard you can press enter and it will go to the next line, and then you are ready to enter the next line. So for example, on the next line you just start typing what you want to do there. Maybe it's a weave. Okay, and then you put in the quantity that you actually ordered. Maybe there were 20 of these. Okay, and then you put in the line total. Maybe it will be $60 this time, and then you press enter and it goes to the next line. You can also go to the next line by using your arrows on the keyboard. So for example, down arrow goes down, up arrow goes up, down arrow goes down. Okay, so at the end of your when you've entered your whole list of things, you can check at the bottom there to see the totals, if they agree with the invoice that you got from the supplier. Okay, sometimes the supplier may charge the tax, the VAT here. Maybe their prices might be excluding VAT. So this one, for example, it's including VAT. So you'd see that it would subtract the total price. It would subtract the VAT at the bottom there. But if you see that it does not agree with the invoice you got from the supplier, you can also play around with where it says tax here to just toggle between excluding VAT and including VAT. If I click excluding VAT, you will see the totals change. The 714 is now excluding VAT, and then you add VAT on top and you get the total. Otherwise, if you say including VAT, then the 714 is now at the bottom, and then if you subtract the VAT, it's now that's the amount excluding VAT. After you have done with the invoice, you can now post and print, or just post and print. Will of course ask you to confirm. You click yes, and then you can actually print out the GRN, the goods received note. So once you have done this part, what it has done, it has actually entered this stock, these quantities into your system, and now you've got the right quantities that you need to sell. It has also made a record of your cost price. This is how much it costs. So now the next screen that you see is a screen like this that shows you that for the things that you ordered, okay, you were selling them at this price, but now you have the cost price is now this. So are you still making a profit? Is your markup still right? So here, for example, you can see now my cost price for this item that is in red is a warning. So it's $2, but I'm selling it at 50 cents. So I need to change that because perhaps the price has changed. So I need to change that. Maybe I say I am going to sell it at $3. Okay, and then now you can see it's blue. It's happy now. It's green. So okay, we can go ahead and say apply these changes, and then it applies the changes to our prices. So once you've entered the GRN, it gives you an option to change your prices so that you're not selling anything at a loss. So that's the process of entering a GRN Thank you.